welcome back to Metals, Money, and Markets, weekend in November 24th, 2017. That is Black Friday. With me, as always, Mickey Fulp, the Mercenary Geologist, and from MiningClips.com, I'm Rob Goodman. Well, Mickey, fresh off seeing you at the Silver and Gold Summit in San Francisco, decent vibe there. Let's head right into this week and catch the metals where they took a little bit of a breather this week, the precious metals anyway.
Yeah, gold and the other precious metals were mostly down. Despite a weaker U.S. dollar, and I think a lot of it has to do with stock markets are just surging worldwide, so there's not a lot of interest in gold right now. Gold turned down about $5, closed at $12.88 from $12.93 last week. Silver lost 26 cents, down 1.5% to $17.01. Platinum lost $10, down 1.1% to $9.41. And finally, palladium, as always, bucked the trend. It was up $1 at $9.89.
And buttoning up, fantastic week for copper.
Well, it certainly was. We haven't seen a move like this in, I don't know when, but it was up 11 cents on the week, closed at 316. Bounced back very strongly from a couple of weeks of weakness. In contango yet, but the forward curve's really flattened as you expect with that big a rise, a 4-week high. Couple of things weighed heavily on the market. Strikes at Escondida to go along with layoffs, and Southern copper mines in Peru also on strike. Weak U.S. dollar, and that supply disruption was enough to move the price up considerably.
And as we head over to the energy markets, uranium, not much going on here, but oil charges on. Great week for oil.
Well, uranium gapped up so quickly. It finished on Monday. It was near $26, so it needed to fill that gap. Dropped right back in off, and hopefully it's filling in. It closed at 24.13, off 12 cents on the week. Oil had a phenomenal week. Closed at a 2-year high, almost at $59, $58.97 for over a 4% gain. Lots of stuff going on in the oil markets. Low inventories. Keystone Pipeline had a leak. It shut down for a minimum of 4 weeks. That's caused a real bottleneck in WTI in the States. It's in backwardation for the first time since 2014. Rig count was up +8, but OPEC's going to meet next week. We're pretty sure they're going to continue their cuts, although the Ruskies have been vacillating a bit. And finally, of note, the U.S. gasoline demand set a record high for the month of October.
As we head on to the currency markets, the story continues. The dollar slide and the other two currencies rallied against.
Dollar hit a 5-week low, closed down 1% at 92.76. Basically on Fed news, looks like the interest rate increase is going to come in December. And the strong markets, I think, was led to a bit of a weak dollar. Euro was much higher on German economic news, quite bullish. Looks like the dollar just got a little bit oversold and is correcting a bit. Finally, Loonie was up, nearly 0.5%, closed at 78.67 for a 0.4% gain. That probably had to do with the weak dollar and a bullish oil price.
And finishing up with these equity markets, back on track, I guess, huh?
Yep, equity markets back on track after a 2-week hiatus. Dow closed at all-time record high on Tuesday, closed today at 23,558 for almost a % gain. S&P 500 record high today at 2602, also nearly a % gain. Finally, NASDAQ up to 6889, all-time record high today, up 1.5%.
And last but not least, the venture, a little off week here.
Yeah, volume dropped a bit this week. Index was down, 5 points, closed at 794. I think really what's happening here is tax loss selling is continuing. It's really taking hold now, and I would expect that to continue for the next 3 weeks.
Okay, Mickey, appreciate the insight, and we will catch you next week to break it all down.
All right, thanks a lot, Rob.